Hey guys, I'm Natasha. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a 2-in-1. I didn't want to do like a sit down Q&A just because I haven't sat down in a while to do like film a video, and that just felt like weird. I've like been vlogging lately, so I thought I would just like clean my room and answer these questions at the same time. So today I'm gonna answer the college questions. Most of them kind of like repeat themselves, so I'm just gonna try to answer them once and have them here on my phone. So I'm gonna clean my room and do these at the same time, and hopefully that's a little bit more entertaining than just me being like, this is my answer. For context, it is my day off of work, but that's as much as I'll say. You'll find out the rest in the rest of the video. So first off, as I, clean up my bed because she is messy, can you share your study playlist with us? I've been asked this actually a number of times just because I have a couple of how I study for a particular subject video on my channel. You guys actually find those really helpful, and I'm glad you did, because I was like, I'm just sharing what I do because we be struggling out here. Besides the point, I just look up on Spotify study playlists and usually pick up the lo-fi beats. I guess I could show you the ones I use the most often, but I don't have a playlist that I specifically made. I'll literally just look up study playlists just like that. I'll put it on the screen if you can't see it on my phone, and then I'll just select any of the above. Chill lo-fi study beats, and that is the one that I play. There's no lyrics to the song, which is my favorite part, because if there was, I will be singing along, and guess what? No homework will be done. Okay, next question. What job would you like to have later? Here's the thing. I am a girl of many passions. Can I just pick one thing? I think it's a little unfair that we do like all these years of school, but we only get to pick like one main thing. But I have come to, I guess, I don't know, my senses, or I have come to the decision that I would like to have one main job as like my main stream of income, but have that job provide me enough flexibility that I can do my other hobbies, because I have too many things that I like to do. And honestly, being stuck with only doing one thing breaks my heart, because there's so many things you can do. Okay, bed is nice and neat. This is not something you see every day, because when you watch my videos, my room is always messy. But we'll move on to the next part of the room so I could keep this whole organization thing going. But for the question is, what do you plan to do with your degree? Which I think is like my most asked question, and why you guys are here. And you're like, Natasha, you've done all the studying. You've done it fast. What is your next move? So if you guys don't know, and if you're new, hey guys, welcome. But I just graduated from BYU Hawaii. This is a shirt from my school. I thought I would maybe like rep her like one last time, but I graduated with a bachelor's in biology with biomedical science, with a minor in foundational languages, which I chose French as my language, and then the other minor was in leadership, so like business leadership. So that is me. I am 1 degree hotter. Okay, you can clap now if you want. But with my degree, I'll give you a quick summary of like my little college time so you don't feel as bad with your decisions in college. I came to college studying cell and molecular biology. That was my bachelor choice. About like a 1.5 years into it, I took a class called human anatomy. Shed a lot of tears, made me think my life all over again. While I was taking this bachelor's, my goal was to be an orthodontist, braces, and then I took this class and I was like, this is too hard, don't want to do it. Went to my guidance counselor, switched to biology as my major. So now I was a major in biology, just regular straight up biology. That didn't do anything because I was still taking the exact same classes. I thought it would make it easier, workload less. Nothing. And then I was like, well, that kind of sucks. I don't want to just be a major in biology. Talk to my guidance counselor again, and she's like, actually, you fulfill all the requirements for biomed, and that's how I ended up graduating as biomed. Whilst doing that, I switched my career choice from being an orthodontist to being a physician. I wanted to be Dr. Matherin. I then started a program called Co-Pell Scholar here on island, and you get to rotate in different departments of the hospital. I got to do COVID screening, I got to be in the med surge, in the ICU, and that kind of gave me a view, like a personal one-on-one experience on the difference between doctors and nurses, their roles, what they do, their lifestyle, like all encompassing. Just like I told you, I want a lifestyle that allows me to do other things. I don't want my career to be just my career. So I was like, you know what? I think nursing sounds a little bit better for the things that I want to do and fulfill in life. Like, I don't want to just be a doctor. And I kind of fell in love a little bit more with being the idea of being a nurse and not a doctor. So that leads to the answer to my question. what am I planning to do after college? So now that I'm graduating, you're like, okay, you want to be a nurse, but you graduated in biomedicine. How is that going to work out? I have a biomedicine major. I have a lot of the prerequisites for nursing school. So what I'm going to do is an accelerated nursing program, meaning that I'll be going to nursing school and getting a bachelor's in nursing as well. But because I have the prerequisites, it's going to be shorter. So most programs are between 15 months to 24 months. Kind of depends on what program you do and how accelerated they are. So that is my plan after college. Also, I think this is kind of a coincidence, but I had a sticker pack in my room and I found this future nurse thing on my water bottle and I put it on because I was like, you know what? Maybe I knew all along. Well, I finished cleaning out my drawer. Next question is simple tips to study biology. So I do have a how I study biology video on my channel if you guys haven't seen it. But apart from that, I think my biggest study tip to share with you guys is take time to know for yourself what is the best learning technique. I tell you, when I found out and I knew and I had a grasp on this is what works best for me, I didn't change it. I didn't try anything new. I didn't try to make it all fancy schmancy. I didn't try to take hours to write beautiful notes. I just did the bare minimum of what I knew worked for me and did it every time, and every time it worked. If I found ways to make it easier, then I did that, but I didn't want to make it all frou-frou and extra if I didn't have to, because I had other classes to do, I had work, I had my friends to see, and I wanted to use my time as wisely as possible and also be able to study effectively in the shortest amount of time so I can move on to my next. Trial and error, as many times as you get. Once you find that perfect concoction, do it and stick to it and you'll be fine. My desk is looking as clean as it could be, so we're just gonna move on to the next part of my room. These are the magic curtains that hide my mess, but let's kind of fix her a little bit today because she's looking crazy. But for the next question, what was one thing you wish you knew or wish someone told you before you started college? If I had one wish with you back on, one thing I wish I got warned, before I start college is that your college experience will be stunted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Please enjoy it while you have it. I did have my best life. I did live my best life pre-COVID times, and I graduated COVID times. I mean, we're still in COVID times. This semester is the first semester my friends are back on campus, which gives me a little bit of FOMO because I'm not there to enjoy it. I do attend all the activities, so I feel that's the most important part. The rest is just studying. But I wish I was like Natasha. Please take it in. Please take in every single minute, because you will not be able to experience anything like this again. I go to an international school, and I don't think any other university could give me the experience that I had here. We have very unique events. I still live in my college town, and most of my friends are still on their last year because I was supposed to graduate with them, so I get that advantage of still being able to hang out with them, go to campus activities and all that stuff. But after you live here, or you leave school, you're gonna have to be on your own and make friends on your own. So just take that in and enjoy your friends and do well in school, or try to do your best. If I had to redo college again, I don't think I would do anything differently, but maybe don't take any of the relationships, the romantic relationships that you'll have during your career seriously. Don't take them too seriously. They'll come and go. You'll meet other people, you'll find better people, you'll find people that will either treat you better, or all those experiences, even though they are a learning curve, it's a part of life. Don't get too hung up on it and just move on, and you'll be fine, and you'll find cool people later on. You don't have to get married in college. That's the thing. Specifically for my college and the culture around it, people get married really fast, and it's scary. That is not something you need to participate in. I didn't, as you can tell, very much single, and I'm fine with it. I'm not sad that I didn't get married, because I'm literally 20 years old, but there's a lot of people that get really hung up on that idea, and I'm sis, you're not even 12. Let's not think about marriage. Let's think about that grade that's a C and you need to bump it up. Let's do that instead. So laundry is an activity that I need to be doing and participating in, but I'm gonna wait a little while because I'm taking a break right now. So I'm gonna answer another question. Was college harder or easier than you expected it to be overall, all encompassing? Looking each semester, each year, each experience, I think it was easier than I thought it was gonna be. I feel sometimes some of my high school classes were a little harder than the one of my college classes. I could say that my first year, going into year and a half, was the same level as my high school. I was in a pretty like academically advanced high school, whatever you want to call it. So maybe like that was why, or maybe like the Canadian education system, the US education system's a little different. But I could have simply gone without doing those classes. Like you can see my transcript my first year, like I did get ace. I did ace those classes. So like I was just like sitting there for attendance and getting my grade. I feel like after that is when the classes are getting a little bit more challenging, but nothing impossible to do. I could name out of my hand the amount of classes that I did cry on a consistent basis, and I feel like that's what makes my college career difficult, but it didn't make my entire college experience hard. Like the beginning was smooth sailing and I was like, oh, okay, difficulty is increasing a little bit, but like nothing I can't handle. And then I had like one hard class, and then I was like, okay, and then like another hard class, you know, but like all encompassing, I would be like, it was like a not hard to medium average of difficulty. Yeah, and those classes were, and I'll name it just for my bio students out there, OChem 1 and 2. I took OChem 1 twice, being real. A lot of people did. I even know people who took OChem 1 3 times, and you can't take it more than 3 times, so I don't know if they passed the last time or not. That human anatomy was a difficult class, and then physics 1 and 2, and that was like my hardest classes of my entire time. Okay, next one. How do you balance your college work, social life, having a job, and everything else all at once? That is a great question. There was semesters that I had like, I'm pretty sure the semester that I had human anatomy, I also was working as a tour guide at the PCC, and human anatomy it wasn't hard as in like it was a hard concept, it was just really time consuming. Like I needed to put a lot of time in class in order to get like a decent grade. I was working full time as a student, like as many hours as you could. I was also in school. I did have a hard class. I also think I took OChem that semester, and I think that's what made it a little harder. Taking 2 hard classes, wouldn't recommend doing that. So I had that. I also was in clubs and all that stuff, and I feel like the main thing that I look back on, I'm like, how did I do all that? If it's something that you like and enjoy doing, you will find time for it. I personally loved being a tour guide, and I thought it was so fun. Like I went to like it didn't feel like I was going to work. It felt like I was going to hang out with like new people every day, teach them about like, you know, the Polynesian cultures and all that stuff, and have a great time. And then for clubs and stuff, like it was like dance club, afterworld, things that I enjoyed doing, so it didn't feel like a task going, so I made time for it. I wanted to do personally well in classes, so I made time to study, so I like doing well in my classes. And also in my school, if you do well, then you get a percentage of your tuition back, all the way to like 100%. That's something that motivated me as well. So I had like different things that kind of like kept me in check and intact, which would give me time to like be organized. I feel like the more things I have on my plate, the more organized with my time I am, because I know I need to give a slice to each individual thing, so everything has like it's being taken care of. So like I need to have time to see my friends, so I need to do my homework in this amount of time, I need to go to class, I need to go to work, I need to like not fool around and waste time, because I have all these things that I want to do in 24 hours, and I need to do it so I can do all the things that, you know, like kind of get me relaxed. Like if I do X, Y, and Z, then at the end of the day I have like an hour or 2 to hang out with my friends. It might not be like 5 hours, but you know, an hour or 2 is better than none. So that is what personally kept me intact. Like I had a motivation for each section of my life, and I was able to do it successfully. And that is all the FAQs, the frequently asked questions regarding my post-college career. There were a lot of questions, but if you kind of like put them all together, they kind of like ask the same thing, so I just like picked the ones that kind of answered most of it. I realized that I filmed that entire video and didn't even tell you what I'm currently doing now while like starting nursing school. You know, I'm like, girl, what are you just sitting in your house, sitting in your room? No. So after I finished like my COPE Scholar program, because I was like working hard and all that stuff, I was able to like to talk to some of the managers in there, and then end up applying and got the position as a night shift nurse aide. So that's what I'm doing right now. I work 3 times a week at night. It's definitely something to get used to with like my sleeping schedule and all that stuff, but that is what I'll be doing while I wait for nursing school to start. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below on any video you guys want to see next. Don't forget to subscribe, you know where that is, you know, button around here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at natasha.mathrain. I post some cool stuff there sometimes. On my TikTok at Natasha's Closet. It's been a while since I've been there, but we do have some cool content over there as well. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.